Okay, so we're back with Mark. Sorry we're like cut out. So this film I'm going to teach him today is an overhead squat, something he's been wanting to learn for quite a while. We already properly warmed up, so we warmed up our wrists, make sure our hip mobility was good, make sure we're having mobility within our shoulders so that we can get into kind of those extreme ranges of motion. So there's a few things we have to teach for the overhead squat. We have to teach hand placement, overhead stability, core activation, hip mobility, like getting all the way down in your squat, hitting parallel. So there's quite a few things to go through. We're kind of just going to start from the basics and then go out from there. So the first thing that I want you to do, Mark, is turn the thing. You need to learn to sort of activate your TVA. So your TVA is your core muscle wraps all the way around like a belt.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is get your hands overhead as if you're holding a bar. And then I want you to imagine that you're squeezing your elbows in towards your, like in this direction towards your rib cage. Yeah, sort of like you're activating your lats. And at the same time, I want you to really tighten your core, okay? So I'm gonna stick your hands, okay? Good, so I need you to do it while you're breathing. Okay, so like just relax. Hands over your head, take a deep breath. Squeeze, and then continue to breathe in and out through your mouth. Good. Good. So through this movement, we want to make sure that we're keeping that tension, but you need to be able to breathe. So it's not like the Valsalva. We're not going to keep our breath held the whole time. We're going to make sure you're breathing so that when you come down in your squat, you still get to breathe, and then you get that big breath out on the way up during the force.
Okay.
So the second thing we're going to look at is just your squat.
Are you what, sorry?
Your squat, sorry.
Okay.
Do you have any questions before we start?
No.
Okay, so we're going to look at your squat. We're going to continue to do things overhead, just to kind of get you in the mindset of doing that, I guess.
Okay.
So I want your hands out, sort of in a V, or a wide V. Okay, so I need your feet to be just outside your shoulder width. Good, a little bit wider actually. Good, we're going to point our toes out just slightly.
Okay.
I want you to activate your core, like the first step that we just did.
Yep.
Your hips are going to hinge backwards. You're going to squat down as low as you can. And then you're going to come back up and you're going to push your hips out.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to watch a couple. I know you've done squats before, so we'll just watch a few from the side. Keep your hands overhead.
So hands overhead.
Activate that core.
Core activated.
Yep.
Toes outward.
Yep.
Hips hinged.
Yeah, so your hips are going to hinge on the way down.
Oh, on the way
down. So you're not just sitting like straight out because your knees will come forward.
Okay.
You're hinging down. Good, you got to keep that core really tight. And up. Down, up, good. You can put your feet out a little bit wider because you're having some difficulty getting through that range of motion.
Okay.
Good. Come down, and breathe out on the way up. Good. So I want you to go through 3 at your own pace, just kind of relax and think about everything I said. So your breath, keeping your core tight, hitting that depth, and I want you to just try it on your own, okay? I'll just watch with you.
Okay.
Good, so breathe in on the way down and then out on the way up. Good, in and explode. Good. Try one more. Okay, so you're not quite hitting the depths that you should be.
Okay.
We're going to progress just so that we can go through all the points in the skill, I guess.
Okay.
But right now, if you can watch me, you're hitting about here. Okay, so you need to hit parallel.
Okay.
You're just above it, maybe 2 inches.
Okay.
Just the hip mobility stuff, we can work on that later on.
Perfect.
So now we are going to get the bar over your head.
Okay.
And I'm just going to show you how to activate it overhead to keep it nice and stable, okay?
Okay.
Because if you think about your shoulder, it's kind of like when you think about your hip joint, it's your hip and a whole capsule, it's really secure. Your shoulder is like a golf ball on a tee. So there's not a lot of stability, so you have to learn how to keep it stable by activating all of our muscles, okay? So I'm going to show you first. You're going to grab the bar. A good sort of indicator is the notches on the bar.
Okay.
Kind of just grasping your thumb and forefinger around them.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to pick it up. I want you to kind of hinge at the hips. You're just going to get it overhead.
Okay.
And then push it up, okay?
Okay.
So normally you would have a rack, but obviously we don't have one right now.
Okay.
So I want you to stand hip width apart like you were.
Okay.
When you're in this position, you're going to activate your lats, activate your shoulders, and just keep everything tense, okay? Because if I let it go, the bar starts to wobble.
Okay.
You keep everything tight.
Bar to move.
Straight up overhead, okay? So put it on here for you.
Okay.
So if you're able to just get it up over your head.
So by the notches?
Yeah.
Like thumb wrapped under?
Yeah, well, you can, it's good to learn it with your thumb wrapped under because as the weight gets heavier, it's easier to hold that way.
Okay.
So whatever way you can get overhead, normally you have a rack, so yeah,
Flip
that's
it.
good. And
And
then
then
you
just
just
press
get
it.
it over your head, yeah. Good. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. I want you to hold it up there and I want you to activate everything. So you're gonna activate your lats, you're gonna activate your shoulders, make it nice and stable. And then I want you to pretend like you're trying to show me your armpits. Okay? Like you're turning your armpits out to me. Okay? Good. So this bar is coming a little bit further back. Bring it up, and I want you to really tighten your core. Good. Is it getting heavy?
After a while.
Okay, so you can drop it. Slowly come back down, nice and safe. Good. Alright. Can you put it down? Okay, so can you kind of repeat back to me what I had said to you?
With regards to squat or holding
The holding the bar up.
So keeping my lats tightening, my TVA tightening as well, and showing you my arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just kind of externally rotating.
Okay.
So you're just, yeah, it just kind of puts your shoulder in a more secure position.
Okay.
How are your wrists holding the
Good.
bar? You're okay?
Good. Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna have you try it again.
Okay.
I want you to stand in the same width. So you're gonna have your feet just outside shoulder width.
Okay.
And just activate everything.
Yep.
Keep your elbows locked and keep it tight overhead.
Okay.
Okay. So just be careful. Last time you were kind of letting it, you're starting to extend your spine.
Okay.
So keep everything tight. So imagine you're like pulling your rib cage in towards your hips.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. So tighten and then draw in your rib cage towards your hips. Like shorten the space. Good. Everything should be tight. Show me your armpits. That's good. So I just want you to hold it for like 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And you bar down. Does it feel light enough that you can try squat with it, or do you want to use something lighter?
Nope, that's good.
Okay.
I can
Okay.
start with
So shake everything out. Okay. So we're gonna piece it all together. So
Okay.
step 1 is activate your core.
Core tight.
Yep. Step 2 is safely getting the bar over your head.
Okay.
Step 3, you're gonna activate everything.
Activate everything.
Lats, core, deltoids, shoulders, well, same thing, but
Okay.
activate everything overhead.
Right.
And then step 3 is gonna be the squat, so hinging back in your hips, letting everything come down, and then coming back up. It's really an unstable squat compared to most forms.
Okay.
So I want you just to go as low as you can,
Okay.
and then come back up. So safely. If you think you're gonna fall, just come right back up, or drop the bar and get out of the way.
Can I use the step as a safety if I fall back?
Okay. Well, we'll take the higher one.
Okay.
You can grab the bar. I'll just grab it this line.
Okay.
So I don't want you to start seated, but
Right.
seated through wider grip. Facing a little overhead. Feet a little bit wider out. Okay, core tight, everything's tight. Straighten these elbows out. Show me your good. Okay, so I want you to tighten everything and lower slowly. Okay, nice and at a safe pace. Good. And up. Are you okay to hold it for a second?
Yep.
I want you to focus on hinging your hips back,
Okay.
keeping your core tight, okay? Push back, up, good. So try to keep that bar locked up behind you,
Okay.
okay? And then a little break here, just gonna check the time.
Okay.
That's 10 minutes. Okay, so, that's all the time we have. You did it, you got every step, so
Okay.
now it's just go practicing, taking everything up,
Okay.
and getting more reps in.
Great.
Yay!